tell us a little bit about your roots as a dealer in New York?
Sure. I started, like many dealers do, as a collector. I was collecting iridescent glass from the turn of the last century, mainly Lotz, which was a competitor of Tiffany. And I started collecting pieces for $8, $10, $12, and then a $20 piece came up, and I didn't have $20, so I sold the piece for $8, which I sort of fell out of love with, and made a profit on it and bought the $20 piece. I started buying and selling on the side on the weekend just to finance my collection. And all of a sudden I realized maybe 6 or 8 months later I was making as much money on the weekend than I was on my job. And so I took the plunge, took a $300 business loan with 2 co-signers to guarantee it, and started my business as a runner.
Was it a difficult decision for you to part with so many of these works of art and objects and pieces of glass?
If it was just a couple of my favorites, maybe. But the fact that there's 400 lots, it's not that difficult. 1 or 2 pieces I'll really miss, but that's out of 400, that's not so much.
A bit earlier you had talked about these 2 Hoffman chairs that you had until just recently in your office. And tell me, how did you get hold of these?
I started dealing in the Wiener Werkstätte, Joseph Hoffman, Calvin Mosier, Otto Wagner, very early on. I bought in the flea market in Paris, Joseph Hoffman's silver box. It said on it Wiener Werkstätte, so the dealer knew it was Wiener Werkstätte, but he didn't know the symbol for Joseph Hoffman, the monogram. And I was fortunate. I wound up buying it for 150 French francs, which was $27 in those days.
That's quite a flea market find. My goodness.
Yeah, that was nice. But in the old days in Paris, it was for me the 8th wonder of the world. You could find anything. These pair of chairs, which is known as the Buenos Aires chairs, because they were exhibited in the 1908 exhibition in Buenos Aires. I've had it several times with a settee, without. And these 2 chairs, which are, as you can see, it's the original leather and original condition, I bought, probably about a dozen years ago or so, and I put it on the outside of my desk for clients or friends to sit and be able to talk to me.
Can you tell us just a few of your very favorite things in this vast range of, as you mentioned, some 400 works?
There's a Wendell Castle chair. It's about 5 or 6 years old. And, when I got it from Wendell, I put it away. I waited for a moment like this to be able to sell it. There's a beautiful piece of Marino glass that I've had for a number of years that's here. There's some really beautiful contemporary glass, and my Italian glass collection is especially the pieces by Martinuzzi. There's one piece with special 10 handles. Everybody calls it a cover piece, so I insisted on a different piece to be on the cover.
Tell me something about your interest in contemporary art and some of the artists that you followed. It's particularly perhaps from the Chinese part of the world, the Chinese art world.
Yeah, the Chinese avant-garde, the performance art pieces in photography from the 90s, I think are really important, and beautiful things were done. There's a triptych here by Wang Jin called Fighting the Flood, where he's in the picture himself in a performance of pouring, it's actually red paint into the river, symbolizing blood. It's a really terrific piece. He's also did the acrylic decorative robe, which is quite a well-known piece. It's been in many museum shows. We have my favorite artist, Michael Eastman. There's 2 really beautiful pieces that are sold out in large size, 8 feet tall. Those are among my favorites in contemporary photography.
What would you say to collectors, either seasoned collectors or collectors coming into these different areas that you've been involved in for decades? Is there any particular advice?
Sure. See as many exhibitions as you can. Study, read the books, look through them, go to auctions, go to art fairs, antique fairs. The more you learn, the more you know, and buy what you love.